Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Evolving with Kylie, where we grow in self-awareness, reclaim our power, and live intentionally. Today's topic is out of your head and into your body. Do you find yourself feeling anxious, foggy, or stuck in your head with negative thoughts? Can't really feel present and calm? Well, you're probably stuck in survival mode, like I was for most years and still sometimes am, okay? I'm gonna be sharing my daily practices that I've been incorporated into my daily routine that have helped me regulate my nervous system and calm me down so that I can live with more peace and alignment, okay? So, first I'm gonna get into what survival mode is. So, survival mode. Survival mode activates in your body as the sympathetic nervous system when you are in a fight or flight place within your body. So if there's danger on the outside, your body gets into this survival mode for you to be able to survive, right? So you're in a heightened state, you're flooded with stress hormones, and your nervous system is staying alert in order to protect itself, okay? And so a lot of us, like myself, from childhood and into adulthood, carried this fight or flight response or way of being into our daily living, even when there's no stress. And so daily living in general can be extremely challenging when your memory is not that good, when your mind isn't clear, when you can't think of certain words, because your body is just so heightened because it's just protecting itself. And in order to use your mind and in order to make the right decisions and in order to respond to situations instead of react, we need to be in the parasympathetic mode inside of our body, which is when we are calm, right? Then our mind is able to work, our organs and our body are able to function, we're able to digest our food, right? And a lot of us that have issues with like anxiety and having constant anxiety all the time have trouble sleeping as well. Because when you're sleeping, you're supposed to be resting and digesting, but your body is in that fight or flight mode. And so for me, sometimes I'll be lying in bed and I'll literally be about to fall asleep. And all of a sudden my body goes like this, like I'm catching air, or like I'm gasping for air. And it's from my body being in that fight or flight state, okay? So a lot of these practices that I'm going to be talking about, I do in the morning, first thing in the morning before I start my day, because how you go into your day, what you do before you start your day, really sets the tone and the energy and sets your body up for what kind of day you're going to have. And then these practices I also do at night, because doing these practices at night and how you're going to sleep at night depends on how you end your evening. And so having these practices of calming down in the body helps to regulate your nervous system in order to go to sleep better and to have a better sleep. So, and another important thing is to incorporate these practices slowly over time. I know it takes time to build in new habits, but I will say that over time, the more you practice these daily rituals or these rituals in general, the more your body is going to get used to being in that parasympathetic state of feeling safe, and the better you're gonna feel overall, okay? So, I talked about the regulating your nervous system, because your body sends powerful signals to your brain. And by moving and breathing mindfully, you can train your system to return to safety, the parasympathetic state. Okay, so practice number 1, yoga. Okay, I will say that when I started yoga years ago, I didn't know anything about my nervous system back in the day. I didn't know that I was in fight or flight mode most of the day and most of the days. And so when I started doing yoga, it made me realize that I don't actually breathe all the time. Because in yoga, you're supposed to practice breathing alongside your poses. So moving from one pose to another, you're supposed to inhale, exhale, and it's supposed to be paired and flowy, consistent. And so I realized that I didn't breathe. And this is your number one sign, I think, that if you're living in fight or flight, is that you'll notice that you're not always breathing. And then I really started to pay attention to my breathing in general, like when I was driving, shopping, walking, doing whatever. And I noticed a pattern that I wasn't breathing. And when we're not breathing, it's you're in that state, the fight or flight state, because you're not breathing. You're getting ready to like attack or defend yourself. But when you're breathing calmly in and out, consistently, continuously, then this tells your body that you're safe and you're okay. So yoga helped me to bring that awareness to my body to let me know that I wasn't breathing. And so this is why I call this video Out of the Head and Into the Body, because there's a lot of things that we can learn through reading and talking about. But since I started to incorporate more body practices, like bringing my awareness to my body, I started to learn more about my body and what's going on, like in my nervous system, that is affecting the way that I feel and affecting the way that I experience this life. So it's very important. So yoga, flowing through poses with breath awareness, builds resilience and shifts you into a calm, regulated state. So it's good for your physical body, it's good for your mental body, because you're out of your mind and you're focused on your body and the movement and you're feeling calm. And we don't always need to be thinking. So yoga helps you to not be thinking. I mean, of course, you might have some thoughts come in and out, but eventually it teaches you to continuously bring your awareness back to what you're doing, moving through the poses and breathing.
Yuki, you want to come say hi? Oh, this is my kid. You might have seen him on another video. This is Yuki. Yeah, he's my boy. He's my special boy. He always comes to say hi to me.
So yoga has changed my life, and I will say that at least 30 minutes a day in the morning time. Like I said, what you do in the morning sets the tone for the rest of your day. We have so many things that we attend to during the day that don't have to do with us. And so in the morning time, to take this as a self-care routine for you to do yoga. You can find somebody to watch on YouTube. A lot of the time I'm watching yoga with Cassandra. She's great, explains how to do the poses, and I find it really simple to follow her instructions. Okay, so 30 minutes a day. And in the evening, if you're ambitious enough, you can even try yin yoga. Yin yoga I call sleeping yoga, because you're mainly just lying on the floor in poses from 3 to 5 minutes in like deep stretches. And this really helps me calm down and fall asleep at bedtime. Okay? My second practice, actually I've gotten into the last month, and I know it's new and fresh, but I really wanted to share it with you because it's been making such a difference in my nervous system, and it's been breath work. I follow somebody on YouTube. It's called Breathwork with Sandy, or Sandy Breathwork. It's a gentleman that helps you learn all the different types of breath work for different things, increasing your energy, resetting your emotions or your nervous system. And lately I've been focusing a lot on nervous system reset breath work, which includes box breathing, deep abdomen breathing, and pursed lips breathing. And I do 15-20 minute videos, and he guides you through it, shows you how to breathe. You don't need to be a professional or anything to learn how to do this. It's quite easy. At first you might notice that it's taking a lot of work to do this, and that's what I notice sometimes. Sometimes it's easier than other times, and I think it's because my nervous system, I've been anxious for so long, and so taking long, deep, shallow breaths, my body's not used to, so I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so tired. But it honestly is so worth it. Breath is life, and breath guides your body and your nervous system and sends signals to your brain. It talks to your body. So when you become mindful of your breath and in control of your breathing, you start to become in control of your life, of everything. I mean, not everything outside of you, but in control of your response. You become calm and centered and aligned. And I mean, I've just begun, and it's really making a huge difference in my life. So anybody that suffers from anxiety, pretty much anxiety, because that's what fight or flight mode like feels like, or overthinking, people pleasing, looking for external validation, you're just like in this heightened state all the time. So breath work has really changed my life, and again, with the same thing as yoga, doing breath work in the morning. So actually my routine is yoga, and then I do my breath work at the end, right? To kind of like lock in all the movement I did before the breath work. And then the breath work kind of like locks it in and calms me down. So again, 15 to 20 minutes of breath work in the morning and at night. In the morning before you start your day, in the evening before you go to sleep, to regulate that nervous system. And even during the day, if you're feeling super stressed and you're at work, you just take out your phone, find like a 10-minute video or a 5-minute video, or practice it yourself. Like just do simple box breathing, and doing this throughout the day if you're feeling stressed can really like be like a helpful tool in your pocket that you can just pull out and do on your break. Yeah, so breathing, breath work. And okay, so another thing that has really helped me in regulating my nervous system and calming me down has been walking outside, just walking in general. Walking, the walking part, the being in nature, getting fresh air, okay? You're getting the blood flow, body, your joints are moving, all parts of your body are moving in this rhythmic, moderate kind of pace. And so it can be so meditative. It has been very meditative for me. And you might get in your head, but then it just kind of like goes away. And the more you practice just walking and just being, you really start to feel the benefits of walking, which is just very calming and meditative. I just walk around the block in the morning time with my cats. And again, making this a daily ritual. I find that, I was thinking the other day, we all have things that we do every day, or once a week, twice a week. But all of these things we do all the time, and it's hard not to do them because they're like they're habitual, and it's hard for us to like change and do other things. And so if the things that you're doing on a daily basis are not serving you or making you feel good, then think about how you can change up your daily routine. Know that it's going to be a challenge at first to slowly start integrating new habits, but over time, you're really going to benefit from it. And eventually you'll get to that point where like you'll have to go on your morning walk, or you'll have to do your morning yoga. Because like, if you don't, you don't feel right, okay? Right, so walking outside, moving my body has been one of my practices. Another thing that I've started a few months ago has been jogging, okay? I'm not like a professional runner. I don't run really fast. I jog really lightly. I started doing this because I wanted to get more cardio into my my fitness routine, and I love being outside. And so I find that jogging, for me, it's a way for my body to move and for my heart to pump. And cardio health, they say, is very important, more so as you get older, and just in general to have a strong heart so that you can breathe good too, right? Like if you're unfit and you smoke, or you don't move, or you eat crappy, like your heart isn't going to be strong, and so your breath is going to be shallow. And then when your breath is shallow, you're going to feel anxious, and you're going to feel fatigue, or you're going to feel like maybe like emotional at times, or lashing out, or like maybe your emotional guidance system is not going to be regulated because of all this other stuff in your body that it's not getting. Like your body isn't getting breath, your heart isn't getting pumping. See, like it's all connected. So jogging has helped all of that for me, and it boosts your endorphins, reduces stress hormones, and improves your sleep because you're moving your body, and it energizes you without the anxious edge. After my jog, I just feel amazing. I only do like half an hour in the morning, like 3 kilometers I just started out doing. And so if you want to know my whole morning routine, and if you're just starting out, you don't have to do all of this at once. Like this has taken me years to really build up this many things in the morning time. But I wake up at 5 o'clock and I go for my jog for about half an hour, 40 minutes. And then I come back and I do like a low key kind of stretch yoga for about half an hour to 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how I feel that day. And then after my yoga, that is when I relax, like I'm sitting down, and I do my 15 to 20 minute to 25 minute breath work. And then after that, I have my herbal tea in the morning, like a green tea or chamomile. That also kind of helps put something nutritious into my body and helps me to calm down. And it's something hot, gets the digestive system ready for the day and for the food that's going to be coming in. And then so I sit for about half an hour, and then after that I go for a walk around the block with my cats for about half an hour. No leashes, by the way. And so I think this whole morning routine is from like 5 to 8:30. So I have 3.5 hours, and I know that's like a huge thing probably for a lot of you, or maybe it's not. But I do want you to know that I started out with like having an extra half an hour in the morning before I started my day. And that half an hour was just like sitting and relaxing and having my tea. And slowly over the years, I built up this morning routine, and it really does make me feel amazing. And just for the record, I don't think anybody really wants to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. At first, you really gotta like push yourself. It gets a little bit easier over time, but it's not always the easiest in general. But I will say that after you get up and you start going, then you start to feel the benefits of your actions, okay? So my last body movement, body thing to kind of get out of your head into your body and feeling calm is something fun. And it can be something else other than this. It doesn't need to be this. This is just how I get into it, is dancing and singing. Okay? Playful movement and vocal expressions help release stuck energy and elevate your mood fast. And this is so true. I've said in other videos, I love singing in the car. I actually take dance classes, but I also just love like when I'm at home alone and I'm just doing whatever, hanging out. Like if I'm cleaning, or if like I'm in a mood and about to go out, While I'm getting ready, I'll turn on music, I'll sing, I'll even dance. This has helped me so much, lift my spirits, and make me feel happy because I love dancing and singing. So find something that makes you feel good, that where you're not in your head, but like you're doing something and it's lifting your spirits and your energy. Okay, so I hope that those practices helped somebody maybe find something that they can do to help regulate their nervous system and stop feeling so anxious every day. I'm so happy to share all my experiences with all of you, and I hope this helps somebody. And let me know in the comments below if there is a practice that you indulge in that helps with your anxiety, because I would love to know, and I love learning about all this stuff. Okay guys, have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.